Good morning, my dear students. Now we are in Lesson 10, Our Forest and Wildlife Resources, Part.2 video. In the Part 1 video, we learned basic about the forest and we learned uses of forest, types of forest, which means evergreen forest and a deciduous forest. Now we can have a small recall, then we can move to the topics. Students, we all know what do you mean by forest. Large areas where trees grow on their own, very close to each other under nature conditions are called forest. In short, we can say forests are large areas covered with trees. Understood or not? It takes, which means it may form like a forest. It takes thousands of years for these trees to grow and form a forest. What is there in the forest? They are trees, shrubs, creepers, flowers, and grasses which grow on their own. No one is going to pour any water. It will grow, isn't it? Are called natural vegetation. They are essential for life to exist on the earth. They are home to a huge number of plants and animals. They also supply us with the oxygen needed by living beings to survive. The types of forests vary depending on where they are located, soil, climate, and the amount of rainfall they receive. Understood or not? The types of forest, it will vary from place to place. It will depend on maybe in location or soil or climate and the amount of rainfall they receive. We have several uses from the forest. Many important natural resources come from the world forest. Forests provide food, wood, fuel, and other materials. These resources may be used for making furniture, shelter, paper, clothing, medicines, and many other products. They provide shelter to many birds and animals. Now we can move to types of forest. We have 5 types of forest. Students, we already discussed 2 types of forest. They are evergreen forest and deciduous forest. Now we are going to see evergreen forest. A small recall. Evergreen forests are also known as tropical rainforest. Have tall trees that do not shed their leaves at all. They remain green throughout the year and are found in hot and wet region. The uppermost layer of the branches of a tall trees form a canopy or cover. These forests are thick and multi-layered. Trees like ebony, mahogany, and rosewood are commonly found trees in evergreen forest. So, where we can see this evergreen forest? We can see this in northeastern India, Western Ghats, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Now, we can move to the deciduous forest. These forests are found in the Deccan plateaus, where rainfall is moderate. The trees of these forests shed their leaves in summer season. Teak, sal, shisham, sandalwood are common species of trees found in these forests. These trees are strong and tall, but not very dense or closely packed. Now we can move to the third topic, thorn forest. What do you mean by thorn? Where it is? Thorn, which means mull. In Tamil we will say mull, isn't it? Where the area is so dry, we can see the thorn there. Now we are going to see this thorn forest. Thorn forests are found in areas that receive very little rainfall, such as the hot and dry region of Gujarat, Haryana and Rajasthan. The trees grow in this forest have long roots. Why these trees alone have long roots? Because it will search of water. Tiny leaves, sharp thorns and thick barks. What do you mean by thick barks? A very hard substance in the branch called barks, which means in Tamil pattai. They can survive without water for long duration. Some popular trees of a thorn forest are kikar, babul and date palms. Students, can you able to understand the thorn forest? Now we can move to mountain forest, also called coniferous forest. What do you mean by coniferous forest? The cone-shaped trees are there in the mountain region. To protect themselves from the snow, it will use cone-shaped trees. Students, I already gave a clue. It is a mountain forest and it is conical in shape. It will protect themselves from the snow. So, where it is? Where we can see this forest? The forest found in the Himalayan regions or the mountain forest. The trees which are found in these areas are tall, straight and conical in shape. They are called conifers. Pine, cedar, deodar, spruce, chif and fir are some types of conifers that grow in this forest. The leaves of these forests are needle shaped. They have deep roots that help them to stay against strong winds. So tell me, why these leaves are so sharp? During the winter season, when the snow falls, it will immediately leave the snow down. That's why it is so sharp. Understood or not? The branches slope downwards, allowing snow to slide down. These fruits are woody in nature and are cone shaped. Now we can move to mangrove forest, also known as tidal forest. What do you mean by mangrove forest? Where it is? Now we are going to see. These forests are found in river deltas and in areas which are flooded by sea water. Understood or not? Again I am saying, tidal forests are popularly known as mangrove forest. The trees in tidal forests are tolerate both salty and fresh water. Some plants will grow in fresh water. So most of the plants will grow in fresh water, but in the tidal forest, the plants will grow both in fresh water and in salt water. Such forests are found in areas near the sea. Most of the delta regions of the Ganga and Brahmaputra have tidal forests. The Sundarban, the tidal forest at the Ganga Delta, is named after a special tree called Sundari found there. So Sundari trees will grow in this Sundarban forest. It belongs to the mangrove family and its wood is used to make boats. This Sundarban in the Ganga and Brahmaputra Delta are the biggest tidal forest in the world. Students, in the part 1 video, we learned about the basic of a forest, uses of forest and types of forest. We learned 2 types of forest, evergreen forest and a deciduous forest. In the part 2 video, we recall that part 1 videos, and additionally we learned the 3 types of forest. They are thorn forest, mountain forest also called coniferous forest, mangrove forest also called tidal forest. Students, if you read the tabular column in page number 71, you can learn very easily. They mention types, features, trees and areas. They divide this into types, features, what are the trees there in the types of forest and which area it will be there. They mention like this. So if you read, it will be easy for you. In the upcoming part 3 video, we can learn the conservation of forest and wildlife in India and its protection. Thank you, children. Have a good day. Again, I am saying reading is very important. Read the lesson and understand what I taught. Thank you.